I thought today I would try to walk through my process of how I take macro shots of flowers, then make them into something entirely different. So oftentimes there's quite a large distance between the pictures I take and the pictures I make. When it comes to taking flower shots, I prefer a cloudy day without harsh shadows. Now you can see that there are some shadows. We're pretty much midday, so there are shadows, but as you can see, they're not harsh. Then I look for a subject that has some distance between it and the background. Preferably, the background will be even darker, a darker shadow or a different color, something to set it apart. We could go this direction with a black background, this direction with some shadow, or simply plain gray concrete, something like that. The tripod is also helpful, especially with macro shots, and with my Nikon Coolpix A1000 for macro shots. I prefer to use the close-up setting, and so I change this to scene mode, and this menu, and you can see it's already set up for close-up. Using scene mode, you do lose the ability to save in RAW, and so you lose a lot of picture detail from that, but fine JPEG, it's more than adequate. I also like to utilize the self-timer. Try to minimize camera shake. Even though it's on a tripod, it's not a very steady tripod. Here I found, I don't know, some weed next to some other weed. Actually, my wife has been telling me I cannot mow this weed when I'm mowing the lawn. Can't mow this weed in it, and that's because it's horseradish, and she uses it when she's canning. So, and you're going to want to move your camera in close to the flower. Another thing that I like to do often, as you can see, I've got it set to underexposed by 1 f-stop. It's best to try several times, several shots, because you're going to have the wind blowing it. Hopefully we get a sharp shot. Now before we put our gear away and start the second half of the process, we need to check and make sure that we actually have some pictures. Unfortunately, my Nikon Coolpix A1000 has a bad habit of not saving pictures. Now that we've got our pictures loaded into the laptop, I've opened up Nikon's photo editing software, NX Studio. It's free for download. I can't guarantee that how it will behave with photos taken with a non-Nikon camera, but I can't imagine there would be a problem. And the reason I use this software, besides the fact that it's free, I do have other software which I paid for, but it has a particular tool that I really love, and they call it the control point tool. And so I'm going to work with that. That's it there, color control points. This picture here seems to be the sharpest, and so I'm gonna work with it. First thing I usually do is crop it. And that way I don't have to mess with more of the photo than I need to. The next thing I do usually is bump the contrast a bit. That's pretty good there. And oftentimes I will bump the saturation of the colors. Sometimes I'll use the curves tool. Usually I will use the unsharp mask. Sometimes I'll crank it all the way up. And that does not appear to have hurt this image much. Sometimes it's way over the top. And now we'll do the color control point. Now this tool, you click on the point, and then you can use these sliders and you can expand those to get hue, saturation, brightness, contrast, red, green, blue, white, I don't know. And this you can adjust the size of the circle that works on. I don't need all that, so I'm just going to stick with it. Usually all I use is the brightness, and so I'm going to turn the brightness way down on that color, and boom, that leaf has all but disappeared. I just go around making the background disappear. I don't need it completely gone. I think it's helpful to have at least a hint of what was there. but I do like to put the subject, the blossom, front and center. Now here, I want to bump that up a bit, because that is what we've come here for. That's too much. Okay, and I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and export it. And I'll export it as a TIFF file. And then I'll probably open it up in my Corel Shot Pro. To do the final rendering. That's the program that I'm most familiar with and comfortable with. I've been using it for years and years. But I wanted to show you this process, which is really where I make the magic happen. I hope you've enjoyed this little video, and maybe it's some information that you can use.